Some of you ask me if it's safe to update to the latest firmware, and I'm checking right now. The TV is connected to the internet and no updates found. But stay tuned, because I am actually concerned about the upcoming updates. Let me explain you why. I am afraid that LG is going to try to lock you out of the service menu. And the reason is the LG G3 and C3 are coming with a different service menu that has the real service menu hidden. So basically there's a secret code you have to use to access to the real service menu, the menu that has the options to turn off TPC, GSR, or to turn on module HDR, so you can get the maximum full screen brightness on SDR if you want, at your own risk, for the TV that you pay for. Okay, so what happened is that because of that situation, there was a massive backslash from people like me making a video and saying, hey, this is crap. Okay, I'm not gonna buy the TV. Why would you do that? Why would you try to give me less options? That's such an anti-consumer move from LG. So because they see this massive backslash, okay, people are complaining that they are not gonna be able to access the service menu to turn off TPC and GSR, and they are saying, okay, that's a deal breaker, because what happens with this TPC dimming issue that we have is that basically when you have a low luminance scene like this, for example, this game, I was trying to play this game. Actually, I don't like it. Bleak Faith. I beat the first boss. I'm really disappointed with this game. I'm not gonna play it. But anyway, if you're playing something like this game looks the same. Like same color, same luminance, no changes on the APL, the average picture level. If you have TPC on the service menu, you might start seeing the image getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and it becomes almost unusable. You cannot see anything. Okay, so because of that, a lot of people are saying, hey, I'm just not gonna buy the TV. Okay, that's a deal breaker. Why would you do that? You're giving me a brighter TV, but then you don't let me turn off the dimming. I'm just not gonna buy the TV. LG fixed the problem in a week. So this has been a problem for years on every single TV, and they were able to fix it in 1 week, because they say, okay, people are not going to buy the TV, we have to fix this. Boom, there you go. So what I am afraid is that they are going to try to fix it for the previous models, which is something good. I'm okay with that. Go ahead and do that. But then because they fixed that TPC dimming, they are going to try to change the service menu and lock you out. Okay, so you cannot turn off, because I still want to turn it off. Please, okay? I do not want any dimming whatsoever. Okay, TPC is still going to kick in if you have a static image. And I want to turn off GSR, because if you have logos on the game, GSR is going to reduce the brightness. And I want to have access to module HDR, so I can turn on module HDR at my own risk and get 400 nits full screen, so I can use black frame insertion. Okay, so I want to have access to that menu, and I'm afraid that they're going to try to lock you out. So now, what is the probability of that happening? I would say 5%. Okay, but still there. It's still there. I'm smelling something that it doesn't smell good. But don't worry, I will take the bullet. I'm going to do a video, check that we can access the service menu. And if that happens, I'm going to do a couple rants, okay? And then I'm gonna show you how to roll back the firmware. Using the color control app, we can install any firmware we want. Well, it's going to be risky. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go over that. Okay? I definitely do not want that to happen. So, also, the real menu, the real service menu, is still gonna be there on the C3 and G3. And I believe it is just a code. So you enter to this crappy new service menu, and then there is a code you have to type in or something to access to the real one. So far, there are some TV calibrators and some people that know how to do that, but they are like, oh no, we are not going to leak that information because of respect to, LG engineers or whatever. That information is going to get leaked at some point. And I will make sure that I tell you how to do that, because I just hate the idea of LG trying to lock us out of the service menu. I will make sure I learn how to do that and show everyone, okay? So it is your choice. If you want to do it or not, that's your problem, but you need to have the option because you pay for it, okay? If you pay for it, you need to have all the options. So the other thing I want to comment before I end the video is the G3 is out there. And I've seen the reviews. Not the reviews, like, first impressions, hands-on, some video footage. And I have to say that the screen looks good. But the black levels are suspicious, in my opinion. So I still have to see it. But it definitely doesn't look like the Panasonic MZ2000, which has the MLA. And that Panasonic MZ2000 under lighting conditions looks washed out. Looks like an LCD. I mean, it doesn't look washed out. The black levels are raised, okay? Like QD OLEDs, basically. It might not be as bad as QD OLEDs. So, but the LG G3 doesn't look that bad. But I would really be surprised if it looks different, because it is supposed to be the same panel. So, yeah, I don't know, but it looks good. And also, the people doing the first impressions, they are saying, oh, there's no black level raised under lighting conditions. I have to see it. I have to see it, because those same people, and I'm not going to name names because I don't do that. I don't do that. But those same people, they do not complain about black level rays with QD OLEDs, okay? And when I saw the S95B on the store, I was shocked. I didn't like the S95B at all, okay? It doesn't look like an OLED screen. Under lighting conditions on the store, which of course, that's the worst lighting conditions. You shouldn't watch the TV with those kind of lighting conditions, but it just looks terrible. Terrible. The black level rays, I was able to see it from a mile away. It is so obvious. It looks like an LCD screen, okay? So maybe that Panasonic MZ2000 is not that bad, but it's still bad. It has the black level rays under lighting conditions. And Panasonic is very reputable, especially with their near black handling. So it would be very strange to have the G3 solve that situation with the same panel, okay? So, and the Panasonic MZ2000 was 1500 nits, okay? So I don't know, man. I still need to see it. So I cannot confirm that it is not an issue, because the people who have the TV or hands-on, they're saying that it is not an issue. They don't see the issue with QD OLEDs either, so I cannot, I cannot trust you if you don't see that as an issue on the QD OLEDs. I cannot trust you, because maybe it is even less of an issue with the G3, but for me that's still a deal breaker. I'm sorry. I would get a G2 if I'm interested in getting the highest brightness possible with a screen that actually looks black under any conditions. I would much rather get the G2, or of course I would recommend the G1, because C1 or G1, because it has black from insertion, or CX, GX, because the C2, G2, C3, G3, they do not support 120 black from insertion. Why? Because they have the same panel, and for some reason that panel cannot do 240 hertz PWM for some reason, or they're just cheaping out or something. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. By the way, I was trying this game, Bleak Faith. I don't like it, man. I don't recommend it. I was going to do a video about it, but yeah, this is a small studio, and I didn't want to, give them crap. It's like 3 people made this game, so that's very, very impressive. And the game has potential, man, but it's so bad. I mean, I don't like the controllers, the way they look at this, the way that the character moves on the screen. It seems like it is floating on the screen. I don't like it at all. The way the character moves, that's for me the biggest deal breaker. And I saw the developer saying that, no, better play with mouse and keyboard on the PC. I prefer to play on the controller, especially a Souls-like game. So the developers know that that controller doesn't work very well in this game. So it's a shame, man, because I was really excited for this game. It has things, it has potential. It has these huge animals, and the level design seems to be huge, like Dark Souls 1 like. Yeah, I think it has potential, but it's just so bad. The gameplay is so bad. It's worse than Dark Souls 1, in my opinion. It's so bad. I cannot play this game. And I really tried. I beat the first boss, first try. I was watching a streamer that, he plays a lot of games and stuff, and he struggled with the first boss. And I'm not very good at Souls games or anything like that. But I beat the first boss first try, very easy. So it's not because I suck at the game. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like it. The encounter with regular enemies, it's just like 2 hits and the enemy dies. Like I don't like the gameplay. Don't like it, not even a little bit. So yeah, I was not gonna do a video separate just to tell you don't buy this game, but because it's a small studio. But yeah, I don't like it. I didn't like it a little bit. Let me know if you're playing it. Let me know if there's a fix for the controller or something. I know they're keeping updating the game. Maybe I will revisit it after a while to see if they improve the controller, or this this feeling that it seems like your character is floating. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions. I'm definitely going to do a video once the firmware update is here. But yeah, it's not here yet for me. And I will, of course, cover The Last of Us, which is coming. I will make a video with The Last of Us, HDR settings, first impressions, and let's see if it looks good. I'm actually concerned that the anti-aliasing is gonna be a blurry mess like Uncharted. Such a shame, man. Such a shame. This game, for example, it has DLSS saying that you will get motion blur with DLSS, and you actually get motion blur. So when you move, even with 120 black frame insertion, which is very easy to get 120 FPS in this game, you get motion blur with DLSS. Why? So yeah, but it's a small studio. I'm not going to try to. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.